Welcome to a new series on your TV, which we have entitled Road Trips in Hastings County. As we work to defeat the COVID-19 virus, and with the arrival of the better weather and the longer days, I'm sure we're all yearning to get out of the house, to get out into the beautiful countryside, get some fresh air. And, well, of course, keeping with the guidelines that have been given to us for our health and safety. With this in mind, we have developed a number of itineraries for road trips in Hastings County, where we can discover the beautiful countryside and the back roads, and while doing that, stopping at a number of historical plaques along the way. The Hastings County Historical Society has developed a new website which provides information on about 100 historical plaques all across Hastings County, telling the colorful stories of the origins and the history of our county. These itineraries will provide you and your family with an opportunity to get out into the countryside while visiting these plaques and learning about the colorful history of our county. Now today, we are on location in the village of Roslyn, right beside the beautiful Moira River and across from the historic Chisholm's Mills. We have with us today historian and author Orlin French, who is going to tell us some information about one of these itineraries and possibly some stories about this very historic mill behind me.
Welcome to Chisholm's Mills, one of the most scenic and historic sites on the Moira River, northeast of Belleville. This mill has been owned by the Chisholm family for 6 generations since 1857, and they're working on the 7th, and they weren't even the first family to own it. To get the full story of the Chisholm's Mill, you got to go back to Highland clearances in Scotland in the 18th, 19th century. A lot of landlords were trying to clear the lands, so a lot of the tenants who were kicked out, they left England and Scotland, and they migrated to Canada, US, Australia, and New Zealand. Ironically, the ones who went to Australia and New Zealand found better pastures and sent back sheep products that were better than the ones in Scotland. And here in Tyendinaga Township, the Chisholm family moved in the 1850s, I believe it was. One of the sons, William, purchased the mill in 1857 from a man named Shipman, and the mill has been in the family's hands for 6 generations and is now working on the 7th. Originally, it was a flour and feed mill as well as a sawmill, but mostly in the recent generations that has been sawmills and logging products only. There are as many as over here on the left, coming down the Moira, there's many as at one time 100,000 logs a year would come down to the process of this mill. The smaller logs would be cut up into lumber. The larger white pines would be rafted together and taken down to the Bay of Quinte, where they were placed on ships to be sent overseas. The best of them served as masts in the Royal Navy. The Moira served as a conduit for logs up until the early 1900s. In fact, the last log drive was in 1910. The old mill behind me here is maintained primarily for its historical and heritage purposes. While many family businesses don't make it past the 3rd generation, the Chisholms are into their 6th and heading into their 7th. They employ about 40 people, not many of them family, and produce everything from planks to finished products. This mill is located at the northern end of the Shannonville Road where it crosses the Moira. A plaque commemorating its historical value was placed here in 2018 by the Hastings County Historical Society. Elsewhere nearby, you can find historical plaques in Roslyn, 3 in Tweed, and at Kinnerlake to learn more about historical events and places in this area. There are more plaques in this area. Take a look at the website and see where they are. Have a good time. See you on the road.